Renaissance Florence, a city known for its intrigue and power struggles, a shocking experiment took place. Niccolò Machiavelli, the famed political thinker, observed an event involving 400 prostitutes and the city's men. This wasn't just a tale of vice or scandal, it was a calculated attempt to understand human nature, particularly the vulnerabilities of men. The city's leaders, worried about the growing influence of certain men, orchestrated this event to test their resolve. What unfolded would later influence Machiavelli's sharp insights into power, manipulation, and the weaknesses that can topple even the strongest leaders. Machiavelli was always fascinated by what drove people to act against their own interests. Watching the city's men interact with the 400 prostitutes, he saw more than just a spectacle, he saw a window into the male psyche. Why did so many men, even those with much to lose, risk everything for fleeting pleasure? Machiavelli took careful notes, realizing that desire could be a powerful tool in the hands of those who understood it. This curiosity would later shape his most famous works, where he dissected the motives and weaknesses of rulers and commoners alike. Experiment revealed a simple truth: temptation can undermine even the most disciplined individuals. The city's men, many of whom held positions of power, found themselves ensnared by their own desires. Machiavelli noted how easily their judgment was clouded and how quickly they abandoned caution. This lesson would become central to his philosophy, understanding that those in power are often at the mercy of their own weaknesses. For Machiavelli, the ability to recognize and exploit these moments of vulnerability was the key to influence and control. Machiavelli's observations went beyond simple moral judgment. He saw the event as a lesson in manipulation. Those who orchestrated the experiment understood that by controlling access to pleasure, they could control the behavior of powerful men. Machiavelli realized that manipulation wasn't always about brute force, it could be subtle, psychological, and deeply effective. This insight would later appear in his writings, where he advised rulers to understand and use the desires of others to maintain power. Experiment laid bare the vulnerabilities that often go unspoken. Machiavelli saw that male weakness wasn't just about physical desire, it was about pride, ego, and the fear of missing out. Many men, desperate to prove themselves or outdo their rivals, fell into traps set by their own ambitions. Machiavelli understood that these weaknesses could be exploited not just in personal relationships, but in politics and leadership as well. The lesson was clear: those who ignore their own vulnerabilities are the easiest to manipulate. Machiavelli didn't just witness the experiment, he transformed it into a broader theory about power. He realized that understanding human weakness was essential for anyone who wanted to lead or influence others. In his later works, he argued that rulers must be both loved and feared, but above all, they must understand the desires and fears that drive people. The lessons from the 400 prostitutes became a foundation for his ideas about leadership, strategy, and survival in a world full of hidden dangers. Its core, Machiavelli's lesson was about the human condition. He saw that everyone, regardless of status, is susceptible to temptation and weakness. The experiment with the 400 prostitutes was just one example of how easily people can be swayed by their desires. Machiavelli believed that true strength came from self-awareness and the ability to resist manipulation. For him, understanding one's own weaknesses was just as important as recognizing them in others. Machiavelli's insights are still relevant today. In business, politics, and personal relationships, the lessons he learned from that infamous experiment continue to play out. Those who understand the power of temptation and the nature of human weakness are often the most successful at influencing others. Whether it's a marketing campaign or a political strategy, the principles remain the same. Know your audience, understand their desires, and never underestimate the power of subtle manipulation. Story of Machiavelli and the 400 prostitutes is more than just a historical curiosity. It's a reminder that human nature hasn't changed much over the centuries. Machiavelli's willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about desire, weakness, and power has made his work timeless. By studying the vulnerabilities of others and our own, we can better navigate the complexities of life, leadership, and influence. The lessons he drew from that scandalous experiment continue to shape our understanding of what it means to be human.